The fallout of Arisen takes place right here tonight here on Lioness Live 7. As not only are we dealing with the aftershocks of what happened at Lioness Live's first ever solo graded event, but we are now on the road to attack the block. I'm Chloe, the Troublemaker James, at your service for this evening with the lovely Lady Di by my side. We are your Lioness Live team for this evening.
Konnichiwa watashi wa desu ne. How is everyone on this fine night?
Well, I can safely say that it's doing a lot better than it was the last time that we had you on commentary for one of these events because of a certain somebody not being here in the booth with us this evening.
Yes, that means that we'll actually be able to call this.
Yeah, with any luck, we might actually be able to do this tonight. I know for a fact that, as I was going to be mentioning as a part of this, we will be hearing from Chloe Price later on tonight as she has some choice words for her next challenge of Ryu right here tonight. I know for a fact we're also going to be seeing the current Lioness Tag Team Champions who we now know will be facing off against the new types Miyu Iruma and Holly Summers at Attack the Block in just over a month from now. But as well as that, we are opening up the floodgates tonight with one hell of an encounter with Road Camelot coming out to the arena tonight. A woman who we have not seen since the initial Lion's Den tournament just 2 years ago.
Throwing up the deuces to kind of signify the fact that it's been 2 years.
One could definitely say for that, definitely, but her opponent, or well, one of her opponents, is definitely going to be a challenge, because she's facing off against Junko and Hiroshima tonight. But she's not coming out alone tonight for sure. As you can see, Yuno Gasai definitely just incensed, sending out her partner. Whoa, Jesus. I was about to say, we saw Ultimate Yandere as part of the Tag Team Turmoil match back at Arisen. And while they did end up coming short up against the new types of Miyu Iruma and Holly Summers as a part of that, you definitely can make the assumption that tonight, Junko Adashima definitely has that more serious look on her face right here tonight. It's all business here tonight. It's really time to really just break that back out here tonight. To really try and get that momentum back is what I was trying to say.
I mean, yeah, getting that momentum would definitely help in some way, shape, or form. Maybe even another match against new type down the road.
Most definitely, but at the same time, this is pretty much a solo effort on the part of them right here tonight, and you really do have to take this into account, the fact that with what we're looking at right now, it's definitely going to be a bit interesting with this one-on-one encounter, especially given the pedigree of Junko Adashima. As the bell rings here tonight to signify our opening contest. For those that do remember Road Camelot from the Lion's Den tournament, she is quite the
back suplex.
Yep, right there with back suplex, just like that. And it's really just one of those things that you really got to take into account, and oh Jesus, right there. I mean, Tiger suplex right there onto Junko Adashima, and I was about to say, for those that do remember her from the Lion's Den tournament, you really do need to take into account the fact that Road Camelot was one of those competitors that was a lot more vicious than she was made out to be. She made it to the second round, I believe, despite having the chips stacked against her for the word go.
Well, she's looking to have a bit of a resurgence here. Now, like you said, it's been 2 years since we've seen her.
Nearly 2 years. The Lion's Den tournament was, I believe, the original Lion's Den tournament. Oh! Missing that leg drop just like that. I was about to say, Ed.
Ooh.
Yeah. I was about to say with that, with all this action going on in the ring, it was distracting me from saying that with what we're looking at right now, the original Lions Den tournament back in October of 2020 has nearly been 2 years, but I have received word that, oh wait, roll up, and a one, two, no, only a one. I was about to say, we have, however, received word that there are rumbles of a second Lions Den tournament coming on.
Oh?
Yes. From what I can tell from the deliberations of the Lioness division, general managers Mai and Faye Valentine, no relation, but Jesus. But yes, there are talks that a second Lions Den tournament will be happening this year, and it's going to be tag team related this time around. And I was literally about to say that it was looking pretty bad right there for Road Camelot getting into that clutch right there, right in the leg. But it looks as though Road manages to get out of it once again.
Indeed, with a knee right to the head from Junko.
Yeah, and now Junko really needs to think about how on earth is she going to go about it. Oh! Shit. And she decided Big Boot was the way to go about it with that one from there.
I was gonna say, I mean, kicking somebody in the fucking head will do it.
It will definitely do that. It will definitely do that for sure.
You see a side headlock, or a regular headlock, followed up with a hurricanrana. And I'll say, I'll give Camelot a lot of respect. You know, for someone who hasn't been in action in nearly 2 years, she definitely looks like she hasn't missed too much of a step. But that might come to an end.
That is certainly not looking good for her right now, because fall to despair. Fall to despair right there by Junko Adashiva. Definitely not looking good for Road 2.
What?
Only a 2. Only a 2 count, just like that. And this is the thing, Road Camelot may still have a lot in her still, despite from that. And now Road setting it up and a snap suplex just like that, setting it down once again. And this is really just with Road especially, you need to consider the fact that Junko has everyone knows Junko's playbook by this point. Everyone knows what Junko is capable of at this point in time. But Road has only had 1 or 2 matches that people are able to study her at this point. And the fact is, there's probably a lot more that she's got left in the tank, given the fact that we haven't seen her in so long. And as we see...
Exactly, in a way... Oh, shit. I was going to say, in a way, that's kind of an advantage for her. It's one of the catch-22 situations because there's not enough about her for Junko to really know. But at the same time, that ring rust could come into effect at any point in the match. As we see, more of the lights right there from Road. Cover. 1. No.
No, only a 1. And Road is slowly realizing she needs to up the game up against Junko if she actually wants to make a dent, if she wants to at least get a 2, because right now she's only managing to get 1 or... She's only managing to get like a 1 at this point.
Yeah.
But you really...
Things are off the ropes right there.
Rose are right off the ropes just like that with that rebound, just like that. And now yanking at that arm, just wrenching at the arm, trying to weaken down Junko. Smart move, honestly, given the fact that you take away the arms away from the equation, and Junko, and oh, wait a minute, ow!
Sliding knee right to the gut.
Right to the gut, yeah. And huge mushroom stomp. Dream Ender at a 1, 2.
Well, she finally got that 2.
She finally got a 2. But that 2 was only barely at it before Junko kicked out. And you're seeing that frustration come in on the face of Road Camelot at this point, and it is not looking good for her again. Because Junko's just walking around her, stalking her, just figuring out what am I gonna do next? What am I gonna do next to keep her down?
I was gonna say, it's not good that Rode's getting frustrated, but it's also not good that Junko seems to be getting frustrated too. Because as far as I can recall, that's kind of a scary Junko to deal with.
Yeah, given the multiple personalities that you can deal with Junko at one time, having that Junko out in the open is definitely not a good thing to deal with. Let's be blunt.
Vine on the pine.
Vine on
there. Oh,
right on there with the vine on the pine, just like that. And hitting it right there with that snap enziguri, just like that.
The back of the head and giving Rode some dental surgery right there.
Giving her quite a fair bit of that dental surgery, and that's putting it very mildly and going for it. Cage of Despair, just like that, just trapping Rode's head, just like that. Giving her little to no room to breathe. If Rode can't get out of this, it may be game, set, match. But she is struggling at this point. Struggling, but getting out of it nonetheless, but barely with the energy left in her.
Taking the time to taunt like that, but that's just me. As you see a satellite DDT off the middle rope.
Satellite DDT definitely going for it at a 1, and just barely getting it out with the 1 right there.
Oh!
Once again with that really stiff enziguri right to the head. Once again, really stiff with that shot, and now, once again, going for that Cage of Despair right there, just on the head, going right for it again for Rode. Once again, leaving her right in the middle of the ring with little to no areas to just try and clutch at this point. And that time, Junko just let her go of it. But I think that might have been the wrong move to make. Potentially, but Rode is still trying her best to capitalize as much as possible. Once again with another snap suplex just like that. Rode going up and cannonballing herself right onto Junko.
Throws her back in.
Throws her right back in.
Right to the back.
And now going up a bit and overshot it with the leg drop. Overshot it with that leg drop. And now she, well, wait a minute. I was going to say she might have, throwing her right into there. Oh, yep. This is where it's going to get really tough right now. Because this is where, you know how we were talking about, Rode losing her composure before? Oh, there it goes again. And, ow! Right there with that twisting neck breaker, just like that, right onto Junko Adeshiva. She gets it. 1, 2.
It's up. Wow.
I mean, goddamn. Just out of nowhere, just like that. I mean, Junko Adeshiva took her eye off the ball for one moment, let her frustration get the better of her, and immediately after that, Rode took full control of the match, just like that. And in no time at all, Rode Camelot took advantage and absolutely dominated this encounter right here tonight. Welcome back, Rode Camelot, to the Lioness division, and once again getting a huge win on her welcoming back. Incredible. And we are back right here on Lioness Live. And in one of the matches I was actually meant to mention at the top of the hour right here, this match is one of 2 Fatal 4-Way elimination matches that we're going to be having this week here on Lioness Live and on the next Lioness Live to decide who will be to decide after this and the next one. The winners of these 2 matches will go off against each other to decide who will be the #1 contender and face off for Clementine's Solo Star Championship at Attack the Block. So the winner of this match will face off against the winner of the next Fatal 4-Way on the next Lioness Live, and the winners of those 2 matches will face in the next Lioness Live after that 2 weeks from now, with any luck.
So essentially, we got a series of contenderships going on. Essentially,
yes. I kind of over-explained it a little bit, but the point is, tonight, this first Fatal 4-Way, one of the competitors in it, Ash, she unfortunately came up short against Renariu, back at Arisen to potentially get a shot at the Lioness title, coming up short but getting an impressive encounter at that period of time. And here comes another woman who's definitely been trying to make bigger waves within the division. Roxanne Richter. Breaking out the black jacket for the first time in quite some time. I know for a fact that she was breaking out the more lighter attire that she has had in the past, both in the Lion's Den tournament and on her first couple matches here on Lioness Live. But tonight, breaking out that leather jacket and also breaking out a pretty different theme song, if I do say so myself. So, is this a sign
overall, her ensemble is more rugged.
Definitely, and that may be dangerous for everyone in this match if we're being honest. But here comes someone who definitely is scary in her own right. The Queen of Execution and the leader of Seas, Mitsuru Kirijo, has definitely been making huge waves within the division in her own right, making it this. She was one of the women that made it to the semifinals of the original Alliance Men tournament, but most definitely has quite the resume and quite the victim list under her belt. Despite her win-loss record not being the most intimidating, I will most certainly say this. Her in-ring prowess definitely is something to behold. And tonight, she could be a tough contender in this match, especially given the other 2 that have already come out. Although, I think we may know the fans' pick right here tonight. A woman who
of Arcadia Bay.
One half of the Arcadia Bay ass kickers and is no slouch when it comes to the Solo Star title. A former Solo Star champion in her own right. It's Miss Max Caulfield. And it's
sorry, go ahead.
No, you go.
I was gonna say, look, I've never been big on the Arcadia Bay ass kickers. It's on a personal level. I just find one of them to be a tad abrasive in comparison. But the one person I do love of the 2 is definitely Max. I feel like she definitely deserves more than what she has gotten, and I hope that she elevates herself to the level where she shows that she deserves more than what she'll ever get.
Most definitely, and that's really not to say that Max hasn't really had quite a lot in her repertoire. Her repertoire really speaks for herself, because former ACL Lioness Tag Team Champion with Chloe Price, one of the longest reigning in history, 2-time DCA Wildcats Tag Team Champions with Chloe Price, and the inaugural, so the first time ever Solo Star Champion, is in this match right now.
Exactly. I'm not taking away her accolades as a tag competitor, even a upper mid-card competitor, but I do feel like she is already at the glass ceiling I feel like she wants to kind of reach for that main event.
Most definitely.
She's definitely deserved it over how many years that she has been competing and some of the fucked up things that she had to deal with in her career.
I mean,
eventually she's got to ask, like, when is it going to be my time?
I mean, that's definitely a good way of putting it right there, especially given her history, and that's for damn certain. But this match is already going quite hellacious from the word go, because Ash and Mitsuru... Roxanne Richter with a big boot to the head of Max Caulfield, and I don't know if you've noticed it, but only a one, but I do not know if you've noticed it, but Mitsuru and Ash have just been brawling on the outside for nearly the word go.
Pretty much, and here we see a last chancery from Roxanne.
Roxy breaking out a last chancery on the outside. Meanwhile, Ash is going right for the legs of Mitsuru, basically trying to weaken her down in order to basically just stump her at one of the more crucial aspects right there.
I know, you take out the people that you think are the biggest threats in the match, so you leave room for just you and the person that you could easily take out.
Meanwhile, Roxanne going now after Mitsuru, and it's going after both Mitsuru and Ash at this point, and it's not looking good right now. Roxanne is just wrecking shit all throughout this match, but she may be about to get a bit of a reckoning in her own right. Meanwhile, Max is back in the ring, and Mitsuru is going right for her.
Went for the boot, but
the boot was denied.
Oh.
Max tried to duck under, but that's also denied.
She ate a lariat.
Ate a hard...
And got stepped on.
And it's not the kind of getting stepped on that we really enjoy if we're being blunt about it. Meanwhile, Max... electric chair face plant, just like that, and Mitsuru having already dealt quite a lot of damage between her and Ash on the outside. And oh my god! Well,
Maxie over here with the dive.
Maxine fucking Caulfield going off the goddamn rails in this match so far, if we're being honest. Maybe she's taking what you said earlier about her deserving a lot more to heart and going all out in this match.
Look, I've been a big proponent in the fact that Max definitely deserves a lot more than I think she'll ever get. And that's not only in her wrestling career, but also in life. I feel like she definitely deserves a lot.
Yeah.
I hope she gets what she knows she deserves.
And as you say that, yep. She got a big old giant swing for her troubles just like that. Mitsuru and Ash still going at it. Meanwhile, Max and Roxy continuing to go at each other blow for blow against each other here tonight.
I don't know what part of the action to focus. Oh, God.
I mean, both is pretty good at this point. But as you can see, Max is going in for the comeback right here. And once again, and a big old face, and a big old... I guess that's pretty...
A bulldog?
Bulldog. It looked like a faceplant, but it looked like a bulldog as well. It's hard to tell really what
it was a very opportunistic comeback from Max.
Definitely. And I thought we were going to be seeing her basically highlight that, and wait a minute. Oh, Jesus! Meanwhile,
circles, that's called Welcome to Chicago, motherfucker.
Yep, and now Emerald Flosion for her troubles, too.
Roxanne is out.
Roxanne Richter's out, and Max accidentally punched the ref when she meant to punch Ash.
And the ref is out.
Yep, Max just punched the ref by accident.
Kick.
And Max trying to capitalize off it right now. And a 1, 2.
Ash is gone.
Ash is gone. All of a sudden, we are just down to Mitsuru and Max at this point. I mean, to be blunt, Ash and Mitsuru have been going at it from the word go, and Ash has really been taking the brunt of the punishment from the outside.
Elbow to the back of the head, nothing pretty about that, just effective. I think Max really is starting to think, hey, when's my shot?
Most definitely.
She's trying to take it by the haunches.
And right there, right out of nowhere, right there, with that DDT just like that. And once again, hitting it just like that. A leaping DDT just like that. Is she thinking time twister?
Very well could be.
Going for that spear, and a time twister hits the target right there onto Mitsuru. Now the question is she going to be able to capitalize off of that spear just like that, just like how she capitalized off of Ash? One, two.
Oh.
Only a two.
Only a 2 count.
Only a 2, just like that. Mitsuru is already back up and going right for it again.
Mitsuru ate 2 impaler DDTs and a time twister.
This is the pedigree that Mitsuru is. She is a tough bitch.
Clearly, as we see all these shots from Max, not wanting to let up at all.
I don't think any of them really want to, like, really want...
Shit!
Yeah. Yeah.
At this point, Max is just swinging her limbs towards Mitsuru, hoping something connects.
I mean, this is pretty honest about it, if we're being clear. That's like 90% of Max's offense in this match up until this point. And Mitsuru is still just clinging on to dear life. Meanwhile, Max going for it again. Float over DDT. Hits the mark.
And wait.
Going for it. Oh, Jesus. What on earth is she faking? Oh! Hammerlock side slam. Jesus Christ.
That was a cover clutch leg sweep action.
Thank you for the correction on that. It was hard to tell off people.
Oh! Another impaler from Max.
Once again, another impaler right there from Max Caulfield. But you really gotta wonder, what is the end game here for Max at this point, given the circumstances? And no! I had a feeling I knew exactly what she had in mind there, and it was a spear right to the outside.
And Mitsuru caught that and drop kicked Max.
Right to the outside. Drop kicked her right to the outside. And did it again.
Mitsuru just baiting Max, giving her the false sense of hope that she has a chance to get some form of offense. And look at this huge scoop slam from Mitsuru.
Big old scoop slam right there by Mitsuru. And this is where you gotta be thinking to yourself, is she thinking, oh Jesus, everyone floated again. 1, 2. And kicking out of it, Max. Max has a lot of life left in her. And Mitsuru is thinking she can go for it again. 2. And she's about to find out that may not be the case. She might not be able to go for it again. She may have to put her down a lot worse.
She may have to, as you see the Cobra Clutch being applied. She's hooking the leg around. Oh!
Going for it again.
Clutch leg sweep right there. Irish whip. Maxie now that predicament.
Going for that predicament again, and no! I think we would go for that first kick.
We're trying to keep the distance from one another. You notice that?
Yeah, I am seeing that right now. And it's not looking good for either woman at this point. But for Max, it may be the opening that she may potentially need. Going for that pin again. 1, 2. That was a close one.
It was.
That was insanely close.
Oh no.
And oh, Jesus Christ. Ow! She just gave her a fucking curb stomp like it was nothing. And moonsault right there from the top of the rope, going for that pin now. 1, 2. And only a 2 again. And now Max thinking that she might be able to capitalize one more time. Time twister, no! Caught into a spear, caught into that spear, and ow! One-handed choke. One-handed choke slam just like that. And oh Jesus, here it comes. This may be where she gets it. Oh. Gates of Tartarus. Gates of Tartarus, just like that. That's the move that pretty much got her to those semifinals of the Lion's Den tournament. And right here tonight, it gets her one more win.
What a competitive fatal four-way. All 4 of these women had a stake to claim, and
on this night, it was Mitsuru Kirijo who took home the win right here tonight. And this is already a bad sign for whoever wins next week, because they already have a tough competitor to look forward to. I mean, Mitsuru basically just wrecked shop right here tonight, and that's no understatement. But in just 2 episodes without Lioness Live, you need to question, is anyone in the next Fatal 4-Way even going to come close to beating Mitsuru? And we are once again back here at Lioness Live 7 as we get set for our main event of the evening. I do believe during the commercial break we did actually see the women that are currently in the ring right now, the Anarchy Sisters, come out to the ring here for this match. As I mentioned at the top of the hour, this match, while it is non-title, is a tag team contest between the current tag team champions and 2 women who were a part of that tag team gauntlet back at Arisen. And as you can see, Gum and Cube, the Jet Set Grinders right here tonight, definitely 2 women who have a lot on their minds going into the next upcoming weeks because, well, we know by now what they have to expect in the coming weeks, because they have got 2 women who are notorious in the division at this point to look forward to as their next challenges for those belts.
I mean, that turmoil match. That turmoil match at Arisen definitely. There were close calls, but it was practically a sweep.
Practically, yes. And that's the unfortunate thing about that at the end of the day, that it was very much a clean sweep for them. But I have a quick
I don't know about clean.
No, it was not a clean sweep at all, but it was definitely a sweep. Anyway, I've got one quick thing I need to do here, Lady Di. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event for Lioness Live 7. It is a non-title tag team match. The Jet Set Grinders versus the Anarchy Sisters. Let's get it on. Because I know a lot of people are going to get on my case if I don't say that last bit.
I would have kept fucking talking.
Well,
I would have been calling the match, and you would be like, "Shut the fuck up, let me do my bit."
I mean, you're not wrong. You are certainly not wrong. But as you were about to say,
yeah, we were seeing a set of tie-ups, and now Panty's kind of in the head position as she tags in stalking.
most definitely at this point. And really, the Anarchy Sisters definitely try to switch up the game right here from the word go right onto the Jet Set Grinders, because they know for a fact that if they can keep them on their toes to figure out who to really just kind of keep on the clutch, as it were, to really just kind of, just because like the two different styles between the two, that may very well be the key that gives them that victory right here tonight. But most definitely, you need to consider the idea that the Jet Set Grinders have a lot to prove in the long term, and just
not only you gotta think about that. I mean, they're supposed to take on new type, correct?
yes, they're meant to take on Miraruma and Holly Summers at the next Lioness Live event, Attack the Block, in about, I would say, not the upcoming event, because we have Danger Zone on the horizon, but it'll most likely happen sometime after the next DPV for ACL, which will be Danger Zone.
So, again, they're looking at this match because they're looking at the two people who they're going to fight, and the two people who could be essentially a threat to them should they win.
Most definitely. And that's really the thing that they've got to keep at the back of their minds at this point. Because they're looking at this match at the moment and they're thinking to themselves, these are two women who could get the job done against our opponents. If we can't beat them, what do we really have to say for ourselves?
You would almost argue that should Payne and Stocking knock off the Jet Set Grinders, they'd have a pretty... wheelbarrow code breaker combination there from Jet Set Grinders.
Yep.
I was gonna say, nice twisted bliss there. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, if Penny and Stocking were able to knock off the Jet Set Grinders, they would have a pretty good argument in their case for being in contendership for the tag titles.
Most definitely. And that's also a pretty big reason as to why I feel like, despite everything, New Type really, even given the circumstances that they would want a one-on-one encounter, if the Jet Set Grinders win here tonight, they get them by themselves. But if the Anarchy Sisters win here tonight, like you said, they could definitely be in contention for that.
They could almost argue and say, look, we beat the champions. Why can't we be part of that match?
Yeah. That would be interesting, to say the least, about that. Future Shock from out of nowhere.
Definitely not a smart move to pin in your opponent's corner.
Might not have been the smartest move right there that Cube could have made right here. And slamming her right down onto her partner, that was definitely a twofer right there. But once again, these two going for it one more time, and no! Cube shoving Handy away, giving her a drop kick for her troubles.
Stocking's tagged in.
Stocking tagged in, and big old kick right to the head. Just a big old kick right to the head, just like that.
It wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty. It didn't need to be.
Not pretty at all, if we're being honest with ourselves.
And from the looks of it, I would say that Cube and Stocking are more the strikers of their respective teams, right?
Most definitely, most definitely. And it's setting them up and ow!
Nice high end reverse DDT there from Stocking.
High end
Hooks
reverse
the arm,
DDT
splits.
and a sweet tooth driver hits the target right on the head. And it's not looking good. 1, 2, and Paddy right there hitting that Meteora, but that was definitely a close one. If Stocking did not get the 2, that would have been a bit interesting if we're being honest with ourselves.
Oh, the tag title scene would definitely have an interesting conversation, that's for sure.
Interesting conversation is one way of putting it. Another way I'd put it would be, we would be having major, oh, Jesus Christ, ref, what are you doing?
Of course, he has to take a bump.
Would not be car wrestling if the ref did not take a damn bump. Right now, Cube for a second, who we thought was definitely going to be the big one that was going to be just... Oh, Jesus! Cube, we thought, was going to take advantage of that, but Stocking is right back on the offensive again.
Covers made 1,
And
no.
once again, only a 1.
Lifts her up.
Sets her up
Backbreaker.
right onto the knee, right there with that backbreaker.
Stocking was applying that pressure too.
Stocking
That's
just
dragging Cube over to her corner.
making the tag right there to Pandy, definitely giving out a bit of a tease right there, and going right there for the clothesline once again, and a drop kick. And oh Jesus, what on earth are you thinking there, Pandy? What on earth are you thinking there? Oh! And Cube just walked.
She said, nah, fam.
She said, nope, I'm out. I am out of here. And she arguably made the better choice in the long run. Let's be blunt.
Look, Candy can't afford to blow out her knees, okay?
Yeah, she cannot afford to blow out those knees.
She needs them.
Yeah, but also at the same time, have you seen her durability in the ring? Oh, Jesus, right there, back kick.
All I'm saying is you can only be so durable until your knees give out.
I mean, true, that's very true. And now, once again, Cube going to the outside at this point. She's just sizing up, and she's realizing, because I'm pretty sure that she was thinking to herself she's going to go for that slingshot spear right to the outside, but instead, thinking to herself, this is a team effort. This is a team effort.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got the Jet Set Stampede on deck. Let's fucking go.
A Jet Set Stampede for damn certain.
Covers made.
1, 2. Stocking barely gets it. Stocking just barely scraped it.
Oh,
and nope, rolling elbow. Elbow denied. Meanwhile, Gob going on the offensive on damn near everyone in her wake. And she's just thinking to herself.
Safe to say she's feeling it.
She's feeling it, and she's feeling it in many ways at this point. And hitting her right to the outside for one thing. just going for it again, and oh, Jesus.
I guess turnabout in a way is fair play, even if it's the wrong person, but hey, gotta get it where you can.
Most definitely.
As we see, Penny, Snake Eyes to the steps.
Snake Eyes right to those steps. I'm going for it one more time and just setting her up again. And now deciding, nope, we're going back in. We're going back in. And now Scoot slamming her.
Away Cube.
Nope, Cube.
Pauses Penny off.
Cube throwing her right down, right to the center of the ring. And ow! Here you go with that corkscrew punch just like that, and a 1. No, only getting a 1. Only getting a 1 off of that. Oh, with a big old kick right to the head. You really gotta be thinking to yourself right at this point. Just while Cube is just taking advantage of the situation, having a little dance break in the middle of the ring, Gum is right back up, and I think this may be the beginning of the end right now. If they get their way, tag is made. It is definitely looking good right there to deliver the finishing touch. Oh, but wait a minute, they missed one bit. Getting it just like that. Finishing touch just like that. And Gum with a strike right to Stalking, making sure she's down for the count. 1, 2. And no. She's thinking of going round one more time. Gum, are you crazy? No! And Gum thinking to herself, that may not have been a smart move to do right there, because instead, grind for life, just like that. You really gotta be thinking to yourself, is this gonna be it now? Is that it? 2.
JSG gets the V.
That was definitely a mouthful right there, but yes, the Jet Set Grinders end up getting a win right here tonight. Definitely getting a huge win just in the long term right here tonight against the Anarchy Sisters. And while there was definitely a lot of contention in the long term about that, one needs to think with what we've just seen right here tonight. The Jet Set Grinders have definitely put their best foot forward leading into the upcoming weeks.
Indeed they did.
And it's going to be very important for these two, especially given what they have upcoming in just over a month from now at Attack the Block. But of course, congratulations go right to Gum and Cube right here tonight. With any luck, this may mean quite a lot of good in the long term for them, and maybe even give them quite a fair bit in terms of what to expect coming a few weeks from now. But we're not done here tonight. Yep, as mentioned at the top of the hour, here comes the champ. Having successfully defended the belt at Arisen against the Fudabaki Ninja Asuka, she now has Ryugu right in her sights as her next opponent to defend that belt against. Now I know for a fact that we should be expecting that match at Attack the Block, but however, I have received word that there may be some changes to the schedule from what I've been told from the notes from management. I take it you're being a bit more quiet because of how you feel towards Miss Price here tonight?
Maybe.
Honestly, do not blame you. I don't blame you given what you mentioned before. I respect that nonetheless as your partner here at the booth.
I have a feeling it's going to be one of those we'll have this talk later type of situations, isn't it?
Not necessarily. I'm not. Look, I like you, Lady Di. I'm not going to be all like, oh, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. Trust me. Okay. But regardless, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like the champ has a lot on her mind. So let's not waste any more time. She's been given a mic. She's been given this time here tonight to just to air out what's been going on. Let's strap ourselves in. Are you fucking kidding me? She's wanting to have this match at Danger Zone instead of waiting until Attack the Block. And she's really wanting to have this match against Rodrigo in a goddamn Extreme Rules match? Chloe, what the hell are you trying to prove here?
The bitch is crazy.